you guys, it's Grace, and today's video I am doing my review of the Lunar Chronicles series. It was an amazing series. I loved it so much. I can't get over how great it was. I finished the first 4 books, well, like the 4 books in the series in December, and then I read Fairest, which is kind of the companion book that goes along with it. I read that the first week of January, so I thought it was time I should finally make a review of the series so I can get it locked into my mind and also share my opinions with it with you guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give you a brief description of the series as a whole so you guys can just know what it's all about, those of you who haven't read it. So yeah, I'll just briefly describe it to you. The first book is Cinder. The series is by Marissa Meyer, by the way. Yeah, the first book is Cinder, and it's a retelling of Cinderella. And the main premise of the story is there's a character named Cinder, and she's a cyborg. And she's the best mechanic in the Eastern Commonwealth, which is where this takes place. So she eventually, well, not really eventually, it happens in the very beginning of the book. She gets to fix Kai, who is the prince of the Eastern Commonwealth, gets to fix his android, and then they kind of have a little spark type thing and hit it off really well. And she just assumes that she'll never see him again, but then as the story goes on, of course, they get closer. Fun times. But anyway, it was really, really, really great. I loved this book so much. It was really interesting to get a feel for a cyborg. It's like, whoa, this is unique. Like, this whole steampunk, sci-fi type, well, I don't know if I'd call it sci-fi, but steampunk-ish stuff. It's really good. I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book is Scarlett, and Scarlett is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. The awesome thing about this series is as you add in books, you just add in characters. So Cinder is a retelling of Cinderella. This is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, but you still get Cinder in Scarlett. So the title of each book is just the character that's added in to that book. So you don't have to get super attached to Cinder and then not see her the rest of the series. You get to see her in every single book in the series. So that's really, really great. I love how it just keeps building and building. But anyway, this book I gave a 4.75 out of 5. Each book just kept on building, like I said. I think I probably would have given Cinder and Scarlett a 5 out of 5 if I read them again, but just the first time reading them, it's hard to bring all those ideas together, and there's a lot of just things that start in the first 2 books that finish in the second 2 books, so you kind of are just like, okay, these are just really random points, I don't understand what's important about them, but in the last 2 books you get to find out about that, so that's really exciting. So this is Scarlett. The next book, the third book, is Cress, and Cress was arguably my favorite book in the series. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, Cress was really good. It was a retelling of Rapunzel, and I really enjoyed this book as well. I feel like I'm just a parrot just repeating the same thing over and over again, but really that's all I can say because the series is so good and I loved it. It was great. It was wonderful and I loved it a lot. Okay. But yeah, Cress is great. I think I already said it was a retelling of Rapunzel, but yeah, read it. And then the final book in the series is Winter. And this was a retelling of like Snow White, although it was a little more difficult to make the comparisons between the two, like the fairy tale and the book. In this one, the other 3, it was really easy to make the comparisons, but this one you just kind of had to, you know, think a little bit more to find the comparisons. This book is also like 800 pages long, and I flew through it in 2 days. I finished this book in 2 days. That's insane to finish this book in 2 days. It's insane. But anyway, it was really good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was probably one of the best finales of a series I have ever read. I loved it. I want to reread it like right now, but I need to read other things, so I will try not to. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars on this one. It was wonderful. The last book I'm going to talk about is the prequel thing, and it's Fairest. This is Lavanna's story, Queen Lavanna, who is the most annoying villain you will ever meet. I'll get more in depth about that later. But yeah, this was really good. I read books usually in the order they were published. So I read Fairest last, even though it's a prequel, because I thought it might give some stuff away that you might not want to know. And honestly, I think reading this last was a good thing, because you get to make all these judgments about Queen Lavanna, and then at the end figure out, like, oh, these are mostly true. She was just a horrible person. But you can read it in the beginning by all means. Like, there weren't any spoilers, really. I would say it would be okay, but in my opinion, I would prefer to read it after, because there were a couple things that just kind of like might shift your view a little bit, but mainly it's just like the same old Lavanna, so you don't have to really worry about it. But this one is basically just like telling us how Lavanna became the awful person she is. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, feel free to read this one. It's kind of an optional thing. Like, if you don't read it, you're not really gonna miss out on any important parts of the story, but I just thought it was nice to get another picture of Lavanna's life and then just read some more by Marissa Meyer, because she's an awesome author and I don't want to miss anything, any words that come out of her hand and whatnot. So yeah, this was pretty good. I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5 just because it was kind of iffy, kind of boring-ish to me. Yeah, I didn't super enjoy it, but it was good enough. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, comment below what you thought of the Lunar Chronicles series, and subscribe to my channel for more videos about books. Bye!